Hey, hi Bob, welcome back.
Good to be back.
So how are you doing?
I'm doing all right.
Doing good.
Doing all right. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, last time we left off with your assessment, so we'll probably finish going over that.
Okay.
But first, I kind of want to go over how things have been going since our last session.
I feel like things are better. I mean, things are better. I talked to my PO. I know that, like, I just did that like yesterday. Talked to my PO, and um, he said that it's all right if I contact my son on a more regular basis, like more than once a week. So, um, so I asked through like the PO and my wife's lawyer if it was okay if I did that, and she said that that was all right. So we kind of made some arrangements for me to call more often. But she says that it has to be on a really strict schedule.
Strict
I can't
schedule.
just like call
Okay.
whenever I want. But I understand that. I understand that it's got to be like super strict schedule. Um, so she said at like 7:30 at night, Monday, Wednesday, Friday right now is what I can do. But there's no time limit on like how long we can talk, which is good because we're not talking that long anyway. But hopefully now that we're going to be able to talk a little bit more, things are going to be better. So I was glad that I got all that worked out with my PO.
So you got that worked out with your PO, which is good.
Mhm.
So you're calling
Yeah.
at least 3 times a week,
Yeah.
and you're not
Yeah.
missing any days calling your son.
No.
Okay, that's good. How long do the conversations last?
Well, right now, I mean, we're talking like maybe 5 to 10 minutes.
5 to 10 minutes.
Like I said, I know like the last time I mentioned that he was still pretty pissed off at me for everything. But I'm hoping now that it's going to be more often that it'll get better. That things will get better.
Okay.
So I feel good about that. I feel real good about that.
How do you feel when you're actually talking to your son?
Nervous.
Nervous?
Nervous because I don't want to say anything that's going to make him mad. But I don't want to like talk too much about what happened because that was really upsetting. It was an upsetting time for all of us, and that's the big reason why he's mad at me is because he felt like I threatened his mom. Anyway, so right now we're not really talking about that. Like it's just more like sports and homework and school and friends and stuff like that that I ask about.
Sports and
Yeah.
how does he usually respond?
Just like not. I mean, like yes or no answers. So
Mm-hmm.
just short answers, one or two. Whereas the whole I don't know kind of thing. Well, how's school going on? Good. That kind of thing. But I also think that that's just part of him being like, a preteen too.
Does that make you more nervous or less nervous as the conversation goes on, or?
The more, probably less nervous, I guess, because I feel like things, I feel better now knowing that we're going to talk more. I feel like things are going to get better. So I feel less nervous about that. Um, and I also, like, I kind of remember how I was when I was his age, and I think that that is a big factor in how he is with me, um, how he talks to me. So yeah, I feel okay. I feel less nervous. I feel less nervous about all that stuff. I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Now, if you remember, we had some homework for you.
Yep.
When I asked you, whenever
Uh-huh.
you called your son, to write down 3 positive things.
Mm-hmm.
There one thing that went well with the conversation,
Mm-hmm.
one positive thing that's going on in your life. I don't remember the third one, but you probably do. I see more than one person.
Oh dang, let me think. So it was like one positive thing. What were they? Okay, let me think. It's like one positive thing, one good thing with my son,
Mm-hmm.
and one was it like a self positive thing
I think
or
so.
something?
Yeah, that's what I have
Yeah,
written down.
that's right. That's right.
Okay, so how'd that turn out?
It was all right after I talked to my son. I've only done it the one time. Like right after we did it, I did it the one time. But I felt good about it. I wrote it down on a piece of paper and stuck it on my refrigerator.
Mm-hmm.
So it's still there. It's still there. I need to get back on doing that more. Now that we're going to be talking more, I need to remember to do that. But it was good. The conversation that we had was about the same. It was about the same as far as like how things normally go. The first thing that I wrote down was I'm happy that I got to talk to my kid today. That was the first thing. Because I am. I'm always
Good,
happy when I
yeah.
get to talk to him. So just to remember that that was something good that happened. And then the positive thing about myself is I'm trying to be a better father. I wrote that down.
Okay.
And another thing that I wrote down, because they were all kind of like the same. I wrote, I respect my son's mom.
Okay.
That's what I put. I respect her. You know, we don't get along very well right now, but I respect her, and I respect that she's taking care of our kids. So those are the three things. I'm glad I got to talk to my son. I'm trying to be a better father, and I respect my son's mom. So
That's
those are the
good.
things
So I
wrote
think
down.
those are all 3 positive things that are
I think
happening in
so
your life.
too. So yeah, and it was like, I mean, even if I didn't feel great about the conversation, and it was the same, you know, but it helped me to like remember that anytime I get to talk to my son, it's good. Like anytime I get to do that is a good thing, even if the conversation is not great, not if it's not awesome, but as long as I get to do that, then that's okay. That's always a good thing. That's always a good thing. And then like if there's ever times where I'm feeling kind of sad about stuff, I always look at that paper because it's right there on the fridge, and I remember, you know, that hey, like even if you feel like shit today, or if you didn't do a good job at work, or you know, you're trying to be a good dad. You're trying to be a good dad. So that's like for me right now, that's like the most important thing is just trying to be a better dad. So,
Good.
yeah,
Well,
yeah.
that's good. It seems like it's making a positive change in your life. And what that was meant to do, I was trying to sort of help you challenge these negative perceptions and thoughts that you're having.
Yeah.
That you're not good enough and you won't be a good enough father anymore. And because you've been in jail, you know, your family's going to reject you. And that's maybe not true.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm glad that that's been doing well for you.
Yeah, yeah. I think so. I think it's working for sure.
So how are things going at work?
They're fine. You know, same old, same old. Yeah, you know, it's paying the bills, and I'm getting paid. I'm on a regular pay check now, and so everything's good. Everything's good in that area. So yeah,
Okay, so
yeah, I
things are
feel good
going there,
about
no
that. I like my
problems.
boss.
Good.
No, no problems at all.
Okay.
Got to keep my nose clean. So
And you're keeping your nose clean, which
totally.
is good.
Gotta keep my nose
What about your medication for your depression and your that you were prescribed in the? Let's see what we had here in the assessment. You were prescribed.
clean. My Lamictal and my Risperdal.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. In the prison, right? How's and you stated the last time that medication was starting to kind of make you tired, and you're not really. You skip some, and you're not really. And you've noticed some changes. So how's that? Is the problem still continuing to get worse?
I still feel tired. I still feel tired, but I've gotten better about like putting myself on a better schedule. I set it like a reminder on my phone to remind me to take my medicine every day. And so I've only missed one dose since then, and I took it as soon as I remembered that I had missed it. I went ahead and took it anyway, just to make sure that like I was always taking my meds. So I've only missed it the one time. Still feeling tired. I have a doctor's appointment in like a week and a half to just talk to my doctor about the medicine, let them know what how I'm feeling about it, and like that it's making me tired, and see if there's anything, because I don't like being tired all the time. See if there's anything that can be done, like if they can switch it or change the dose, or I don't know. I don't know what they might suggest, but yeah, that's getting better. That is getting better. I've only missed one dose since I saw you last, so yeah, I feel better about that.
Okay, good. Yeah, I know I'm no doctor, but I imagine when people get on certain medications, their body starts to kind of get used to them, and it might be that sort of effect that maybe.
Yeah, it's possible. I mean, I've been on this med for a long time, so yeah, it's possible.
But I'm glad you're still, keeping up with things to keep your body and mind in a good and healthy place. What else are you doing to kind of maintain your health? Do you mind if I ask that kind of question?
Sure. I'm not really like. I haven't really thought about that much, actually. I don't know. I used to work out a lot before I went to prison, and then while I was in prison, there's not much to do, so I was working out as much as I could there and everything, just trying to stay out of people's way because I wanted to get pulled out, and that happened obviously, and I've kind of like thought about that a little bit, like I need to start start taking better care of myself because I'm putting some weight on, getting a little chunky because all I'm eating is like TV dinners because I don't like to cook. So I've thought about that some, but I don't know. I just haven't really pulled the trigger on that. I don't know.
And
I feel
why might,
alright though.
you feel alright?
Yeah.
And why might that be that you haven't pulled the trigger?
Yeah. Sorry, that's probably not a good analogy, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't know why I haven't because I used to take really good care of myself, so I'm not really sure like what the holdup is there with that. It could. Let me think about that. Like, why? That's a good question because like I said, I used to take really good care of myself. It could just be like setting up the new routine, like trying to get things are different now, and so just trying to kind of get used to that, and that's just one thing that I haven't really worked back into my routine. It probably doesn't help that my meds make me tired, so that probably doesn't help. But when I was taking really good care of myself, I always felt good. I felt like I had a lot of energy. So maybe getting a gym membership or something. I got to see if that fits into my budget though. I don't know. Like I don't know if I can afford a gym membership. Is the only thing. So I don't know what I could do to make that work out. So because that's money. That's money getting a gym membership. So yeah.
I think you came up with some good ideas for your personal health there, getting a gym membership and doing things like that. But you're afraid of the cost.
Yeah, it's pricey. It's kind of a pricey thing.
So it seems like you care about maintaining your health and taking care of your body.
More than I do now.
More than you do now. But it seems like you're sort of in the preparation stage. You see like there might be a slight problem, but you haven't taken action yet. And I was sort of wanting to dig deeper into that and why you might have sort of, not that you're in bad health, I'm not saying you're in bad health, but
I don't want to get in bad health. I got a kid and I want to be around for him as long as I can. So that means that, I take care of myself. I got a buddy. Who's like in his 60s, who they're like, he and his wife, they're raising their grandkid. And before that happened, he was kind of overweight, he was kind of lazy and all that stuff. And then he kind of decided, I got to be around because I'm raising my grandkids, so I got to take care of myself. And he lost a ton of weight. I wonder how he did that. I feel like he mentioned to me that he was just like walking more, and not eating as much as he was. I can't imagine like that. Wow, he lost a ton of weight though. Like he looked good. He looks good, Huh.
Well, that's good. I just wanted to have a quick conversation with you about, maintaining good health and being healthy for your son. It seems like you're sort of doing the right things. You may not have the means to right now, but you used to, which is good. And so I definitely wanted to touch on that a bit. So it seems like you're doing perfectly fine. But we did talk about your social situation.
Yeah.
Tell me how that's going.
Well, what did we talk about? Like going to the fair? Yeah, I was going to the fair, and I did go. And I was looking at some livestock or something, and there was a dude there who was kind of working with things, and he seemed like a cool dude. So we did strike up a conversation. We did, and he mentioned that he wanted to go, hang out and maybe get a beer sometime or something like that. So I gave him my number. He hasn't called me or anything, and I didn't get his number, but I remember his name. Maybe I could find him on Facebook or something. So, but that was cool. That looked like that might have been something that could have worked out. And even if it didn't, I just felt good about meeting somebody. I'm still really nervous about meeting people and everything, but he seemed like a cool dude. He had a lot of tats. I think tats are awesome. So that was probably one of the big things that kind of made me think, oh, he looks like an awesome person to talk to. So,
Oh,
yeah, but I did do that. I've done all my homework today. I've done all
You
my
did all
homework.
your homework. You're a straight A student.
Did it all.
There we go.
Did it all.
Good. So you found some friends, or you found
Or a friend, potentially.
and you hung
Yeah,
out with them.
yeah.
And so how did that make
Well, we haven't hung out yet. We
You
haven't
haven't
hung
hung
out.
out
So I'm hoping that maybe we will.
So you met him at the ferries with the livestock, and you struck up a conversation.
Yeah.
So how did that feel?
At first I was real nervous. I was real nervous just talking to a stranger. But you know, I think farming is kind of a cool thing. I think maybe in the future that might be something like retiring to a farm might be a cool thing to do. I really like the idea of living off the grid and being kind of sustainable. You know, I love that idea, actually, being off the grid, like not being able to be contacted. That'd be awesome. So that was kind of a cool, so I kind of was talking to him about that, like what, you know, I decided, hey, this is something I'm interested in anyway, so I can use that as the way to talk to him. And yeah, we just talked about, like, it's expensive to have cows. He did tell me that. But he said that if I wanted to start out that, like, goats are a little cheaper, and chickens are super cheap. So I got some good information out of it.
Good.
So, and then also maybe a friend.
Good.
Yeah.
So it felt great. So is this
I think
something?
I got his card. It's probably like in my pants or something like that. But I think I got his card. Yeah.
Good. So we kind of pushed you outside of your comfort zone a little bit, and that's normal.
Yeah.
We all have to, go outside of our comfort zone every once in a while. And you got nervous, but you seemed to adapt very well, and you did the things to sort of, make friends or attempt to make friends, and you had a very positive experience. So is this something that you would be willing to try again or do again? Maybe find some.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I've been thinking, this is something I've been thinking about since the last time I talked to you. I've been thinking about, like, maybe I should get hooked up in, like, a church or something.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm not really sure, like, what I should do or, like, what I believe in a higher power, and I believe, I'm not really sure, like, what's out there, what's out there for me as far as, like, a church and stuff.
Okay. Well, I think that, going to a religious institution is a great way to meet new people and socialize and make friends. So if that's something that you're looking into doing, I suggest that, I think it's a good idea to do your research on the churches in the area and find one that maybe has got some programs that, pique your interest and you want to go check out. And
cool.
Why don't you go check out some of those church groups and or whatever. And experience that and sort of do the same thing you did at the fair. Go, strike up some conversations, meet people. Definitely get some people's numbers and friends' names and numbers and make plans to hang out. And
do you go to church?
Do I go to church? But this isn't about me. This is about you.
Oh. Okay. You can't even tell me if you go to church though. I mean.
Not legally, I can't.
Oh, all right. Okay. All right. Well, I don't want you to get in trouble. All right.
But I'm not. I don't want to persuade you to go or not go. But I do think it is a good way to sort of, increase your social life and your social connections.
Yeah, for sure.
But I definitely next session I would like for you to sort of report back to me and tell me how that experience went for you.
Yeah, sure.
That.
Yeah, I think it's going to take me a little time to, I don't know, I might go to check out a bunch of places. So but like, what, our next session's in like 2 weeks. I guess I'll have time to visit a couple places. So, see what I think.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's been a long time since I've been in church. So I'm kind of worried about that.
Mm-hmm. And, now, once again, this might be sort of, stepping outside your comfort zone. I know exactly. I've had to do that plenty of times. Step outside of my comfort zone. I used to be deathly afraid of standing up in front of people and talking, and then I was sort of like forced to do it, and I did stumble. I was, had to, like, everyone could tell I was anxious, but the more I did it, the more I just got more comfortable with it.
Yeah.
So
So it
Sort of
just took
along
you.
the same line. Yeah, you
You
just
just
gotta
took you doing it a whole bunch of times to
do a
get
whole bunch of
better
times.
about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
And it seems like that's happening for you too. And if it's
Yeah.
not, then that's something that we can work on together, and
Right.
we can figure out some sort of solution for you to increase your social support. How is things going with your family? How's your extended family?
Oh, they're fine. I mean, like I talk to my sister every week, and the holidays are coming up. She wants me to come out there, and yeah, I think I might because I don't have to work like that Wednesday. It's Thanksgiving. I don't have to work Wednesday or Friday. I got those 3 days off, so I think I might just go and hang out at my sister's for a few days, just to kind of get away from everything. And so, yeah, so she's doing real good. My mom's doing all right. I think she's probably going to be at Thanksgiving too. So yeah, that'll be good.
So
That'll be good. It'll be good to see my niece and nephew.
Yeah,
So,
I imagine so.
yeah.
If you haven't seen them in a long time, they live far away.
It's been years. It's been years since I've seen them. So they're not. Yeah, they're a little ways away. But I've seen my sister since I've seen them. She's before I got incarcerated. She came to see me, and then while I was incarcerated, she came to see me. But she didn't bring her kids, so it's been a long time since I've seen kids.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, if you've had any sort of issues, or if they've been kind of the ones that you've been calling or been counted on to kind of help you out, or talk through with you some of the things.
Yeah. Oh shit. Do you think I need to get permission from my PO to leave the state?
That would be a good idea. I don't know the terms of your agreement on parole. They did not really send information to me. I don't have access to that. But
Okay.
you might
Sorry, I just thought of that. I should probably find that out. I should probably. Yeah, I gotta call my.
Okay.
That reminded me. I gotta call my PO. Make sure it's all right for me to go for a couple days.
Well, good.
All right. Okay.
Good. I'm glad. I'm glad you recognize that, so you didn't get any more
I don't want to
Yeah.
Like I said, man.
So you're motivated to keep your nose clean.
Yes.
And okay, so let's go through all the positive things. You're keeping your nose clean.
Good. Yep. Mm-hmm.
You're taking your medicine regularly.
Taking my medicine. Yep.
And you missed the one, but you took it. And
I did take it. Yep.
An appointment with the doctor to see what's going on with the side effects of being tired. And you're calling your son 3 times a week now. And you're talking with him.
Mm-hmm.
And you're doing the positive reformation sort of activity.
Yep. I'll do that more. Because I only did it the one time. But I like doing that. So that's something I want to do more. I want to do that more for sure.
Okay.
Yep.
And you're that was never a problem. So everything's going good at work, and you have
that's like the one thing I feel super good about is my work. So.
And you're making improvements in your social life. You think?
I think so. Okay. I think so. Yeah. Maybe, and then maybe I'll go find a church too. That'll help too. So yeah.
Okay, so what's the end result here? What are you sort of, if the problem that you're coming to see me for was fixed tomorrow when you woke up, what would that look like?
I think, well, I think I would, I wouldn't feel, well, I wouldn't have a record, but that's not realistic. So at this point, I'd have my son have like some custody of my son.
Okay.
'Cause I'm cool with not being with my wife anymore. I mean, that was kind of a sad situation, but it's probably for the best. I think we were not doing great anyway before that happened. But I would have like joint custody.
Okay.
I would be hanging out with friends on the weekends on a pretty regular basis. I have some people that I hang out with. I would, think about that. Maybe have a bigger place.
Bigger place?
Yeah. I'd like to have a bigger place. Maybe a house instead of an apartment. A place where my kid can play.
Okay.
Yeah. I wouldn't, my, like, sadness and my nervousness, I wouldn't have problems with that anymore. So,
okay. Okay.
That sounds, yeah, that looks good. That makes me, I feel like that's good. I feel like that's good.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm glad. So right now, what I would like to do is develop some steps
Okay.
to get this accomplished, or at least
All right.
as close to this as we can.
All right.
Okay, so you want custody of your son, and right now you are speaking to him 3 times a week.
Yep.
And you're still not speaking to
the wife.
The wife.
Protective order.
What is,
not allowed.
if you don't mind me asking, what is your PO saying, like in his assessments of you?
He just says that it's going to take some time, but he, I mean, he's not thrown out like a number or anything yet. So he just says it's going to take some time before that can happen. But he said it can happen. Like, it can. It's just going to take time. So I got to, right now, I'm just, got to keep my house, got to keep my job, or my apartment rather, got to keep my job. And if I'm, like, talking to him regularly, I feel like that's showing that I want to be in his life. I want to be in his life for sure. I'm able to, like, keep my sadness, all that stuff under control. I've not had any episodes. I'm taking my medicine.
Mm-hmm.
And those are just all the things that the court, my PO, said that I had to do if I wanted to be able to see my kid again.
Okay. Have you talked to your PO about supervised visits? Would that be something like?
I would love to do that. Yeah. I haven't done that yet. I thought that maybe he would bring that up, but he hasn't, and I haven't brought that up either. So, yeah, I would love to supervise visits. Yeah, I'd like to do that.
So let's just take some steps to get closer. So for this one, next time you see your parole officer, I would like you to ask him what we could do about getting you a couple of supervised visits per week so you can have some time with your son and maybe rebuild that relationship, and then we can work towards that. And
that'd be
could
great.
you report back to me sort of what he says, and let's sort of work towards
absolutely.
That. Okay, number 2, you want to hang out with your friends regularly.
Mm-hmm.
So, what's something that we can do to sort of move in the direction of number 2?
Well, I think just making friends, making some more friends is going to lead towards that. So, I need to see if I have that dude's card. And maybe I should just call him or text him or something. And see if we can set that up and go get a beer.
Okay.
Maybe watch a game or something.
So we're going to do that for number 2. You're going to get that guy's card and go out and get some buddies' numbers. And...
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So for the bigger house, what can we do to sort of move towards that? I
don't know, because I'm in this little 1-bedroom place, so that's a big jump, having a house from being in like a 1-bedroom to like a house. So I don't know. There's always a little bit of money left over, after I pay my bills with my check and everything. Maybe I could like set that aside or
start a savings account. Buy a house.
Maybe I could do that. Yeah. That's gonna take a long time, but I could do that. I mean, you got to start somewhere, right?
Got to start somewhere. Okay. So we're getting closer to number 3, and then for the low, you want to have less anxiety. So what's kind of causing your anxiety right now?
Just like it's mostly stuff with my kid. That's probably it. I just don't want to screw that up at all, and then I mean, my doctor said that that's why I was on the medication. So I'm taking that more regularly now, and I'm going to be able to talk to my kid more. So those might just be maybe that'll just go away on kind of over time. So anxiety stuff, the nervousness.
So we're just not going to worry about that.
I don't know if I need to worry about that right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we can
just that one alone.
But I definitely want to challenge you. go see the different sort of, well, let me rephrase that. Go without using medication, because I don't think you need it, honestly. I think you're very capable and mentally healthy enough to handle your own anxiety. It seems like you're doing very well. I want you to go out on the internet and research 3 different methods that you can do at home or in a setting that you can sort of reduce your anxiety.
Okay.
And then I want you to try them and then come back to me and tell me which ones you tried, which ones worked best, and how that sort of went for you. Is that something you can do?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Well, I really wanted to go over your the rest of your assessment, but maybe we can do that next time. But I'll
Okay.
definitely look over it. But
Cool.
we're out of time today, so how do you feel?
I feel really good about this session. I feel better about this one than I did the last one. This felt good. Like, I like crossing things off a list. That's like a big thing for me. So kind of making a list and seeing places where I can like work through things, and that helps me out a lot, is just seeing my list of stuff. So, can I take a picture of that?
You sure can.
All right, cool. Take a picture of the list, and that'll be, I can work on it. Awesome. That'll help me out.
Well, I definitely want to say I think you've made tremendous progress since the first time that we've seen each other, and I continue to look forward to working with you and helping you meet your goals. And, I'm glad to see that you're doing well, and then the next time I see you, you'll probably be doing a lot better. So it seems like every time I see you, you've improved this immense amount, and I want to commend you for coming in.
Thanks. I'm committed, so yeah.
Good. Cool. All right.
I wish I could get your number and hang out with you. You seem like a cool dude to go have a beer with.
I'm not a cool guy. I'm a very boring person.
I know you're not allowed anyway. I know you're not allowed, so it's cool.
But, all right, Bob, I think that's it for today.
Awesome.
See you
Cool.
next time.
Thanks, man.
All right.
Appreciate it.